Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Bila, and I'm coming to you with a review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 5, Episode 1. I believe it's called Pain and Suffering, but this episode should have been called Who You Calling a Witch with a B? A B witch? Y'all can figure that out. Anyway, are y'all happy? Are y'all excited that Sisters is back? Are you? Yeah, I'm a little excited. But this episode, the first episode, yeah, it didn't really give. I believe some scenes we could have went without. Yeah, because I wanted to see more of Sabrina, and I wanted to see more of Maurice. What they got going on, and that was only like 5 seconds. But anyway, we're going to get into the story. We're going to get into the episode. And yeah, and it picks up where it left off from last season, where Gary comes into the office, the law office, and he is looking for Hayden, his lawyer. Fatima has seen him actually out in the foyer, and they were talking, and he called Andi a bewitch and said that bewitch ain't my lawyer. So she was like, what? Okay. So she walks off and she storms into Andi's office, where we pick up starting the episode. So Fatima, she's sitting there and her face is all mud. And Andi like, what's wrong with you? What's going on? She was like, nothing. Like, what's going on? It's just, I hate when dudes call me a bewitch. And she said, who called you that? Somebody called you that? She said, nah, he'll be dead. And Andi is like, what? What are you talking about? She said, I might as well tell you. Gary's here. He's over there to see his lawyer. Who is his lawyer? I ain't his lawyer. Yeah, it's Hayden. Oh, Hayden? And Gary was the one that called you a bewitch. He called me a bewitch? Yes. What? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to get up. We finna go over there. We finna, check him to see what he talking about. Who he talking about, right? So they get up, and Fatima, she taking off her earrings. And Andi like, girl, put your earrings back on. She said, I need to take out my earrings just in case we finna fight. I need to be ready. She said, girl, ain't nobody finna fight. I'm just finna figure out what he got going on. She said, okay, I'm right behind you. Why is Fatima like Andi's pit bull? She's just like, if you just let the leash go, then Fatima just goes wild. But anyway, they go into, the scene cuts. And let me go over here. Now it goes into Karen. Karen is at the hospital and she is sad, right? And so she's trying to figure out what's going on. Why am I bleeding? Why is she discharging? What is going on? And they're sitting there and she's with Pam. And Pam is being encouraging to her. So while they're there, Pam is telling her that everything is going to be okay and that she actually looks up to Karen. She says that Karen is very inspirational. She said outside of all the man's drama that she has going on, she just look at her like, you got your own business, you're educated, you're doing the things for yourself. And she's very proud and she looks up to that. And Karen is just saying that she really doesn't really feel good about herself right now because of everything that's going on. And Pam is like, well, do you want me to call, one of your baby daddies? You want me to call Aaron? Want me to call Zach? She was like, no. She said, well, do you want me to call your girls? She's like, no, I don't want anybody to know. I just want to figure this out by myself. Then she gets a phone call, ring, 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 ring. And then Karen answers the phone, hello? And it's her mom. Hey, baby, what's going on? No, mama, I'm just... Her mama, what's wrong? Mama, how you know what's wrong? I can hear it in your voice. What's wrong? I'm on my way. How do you even know where I'm at, mama? Do you got ESP? Her mama like, no, I can hear something is wrong. Tell me where you are and I'm coming. And so Karen tells her mom where she is, right? They get out the phone. And Karen looks at Pam. She's like, you can go ahead and go home. Don't you have something that you need to do? You need to go back to the shop. You need to just go ahead and go. And Karen is and Pam is like, no, I just want to be here with you. I want to make sure that you're good. I don't want to leave you here by yourself. But her mom is on the way, so now you could just go ahead and leave. So Pam leaves, and that's that. So back at the office, Gary and Hayden, they are commiserating. They're talking about this lawsuit, how they're going to sue Andi, and if they could actually win. So Hayden is saying, Hayden is like, well, you see what happens, when you, he said, you see what happens when you are, I guess, when you have so many women or something to that effect. And Gary says, what do you know about women? Like, what do you even know about this? And then Hayden tells him that he's a player. Gary's like, no, nobody even use the word player anymore. And matter of fact, what woman have you had that's been as bad as Andi? He brings up Fatima. Gary like, boy, how long you been with Fatima? Well, that don't even matter. The point is, you got to know how to treat these women. I know what it is. I know what to do. And then Gary like, have you ever bought any one of them a condo, a house? I mean, a car? He was like, yeah, I ain't get into all that. He pretty much wanted to say, I ain't stupid like that. And so while they were talking about everything that Gary has done and how Gary is being stupid and how he's trying to figure out how he gonna recoup his money or his condo or his house, then Fatima and Andi walks in. And so Fatima on go, and Andi is trying to figure out, what are you trying to do? So Hayden is like, yeah, we suing you. We gonna sue the Bewitched. She said, yeah, I hear y'all keep saying this, but I'm right here. And you know you're not going to win. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And Fatima, she's mad. She looking at Hayden like, say one more word, Hayden. Say one more word. I'm going to come around there and slap in your face. Do y'all notice that Hayden's bruises are gone? His face is like really clear. And yeah, Hayden's hair is on fleek. Do we still say fleek? Well, Hayden's hair is nice. It's real smooth. Yeah, dude hair is nice. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Fatima is mad, and Andi has to snap her out of her madness. Fatima snap out of it, so she snaps out. She like, girl, just let me shoot one of them, whichever one. Just let me shoot one. Andi's like, girl, I need you to leave because you are not making this situation better. Can you just go ahead and leave? So Fatima tells Andi, if you need me, I'm right around the corner. I have no problem with doing whatever I need to do to rectify this situation. Girl, we got it. It's cool. It's cool. So Fatima leaves, and now there are 3. So Andi sits down. She's talking to Gary. She's like, Gary, what is going on? So do you really think that you can sue me? She said, you just have to realize we're done. I'm done with you and you're done with me. There isn't really nothing else to do. And she tells Gary, you gave me a condo. You gave me a house. Everything is in my name. So I paid the taxes. We can just call this a deal. You give me the money back for what I need, for what I paid, and I can give you your condo and stuff back. But Gary, he's still mad. He was like, and then she says pain and suffering. Hayden chimes in and was like, well, he put his input in. And Andi tells him, you can leave. He was like, I'm not leaving. Yeah, you can leave because I want to talk to him one-on-one. Gary gives Hayden the okay to leave. So Hayden leaves. Now it's just 2. Andi is laying it on thick. She's being soft. She's being sexual. And the tears are starting to roll. She's saying, I love you. You love me. But we are not meant to be. We are not a happy family. And I just want you to know that it's okay. We just have to be done. We can put all of this stuff to rest. That's what we can do. I mean, I know you thought that it would be what it was meant to be, but it ain't meant to be. And we both know that it ain't meant to be. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. But a lot of that was the same thing. I just summed it up in a nutshell. So both of them, they over there crying. They are agreeing that, it's going to be an even exchange because Andi is saying that she's homeless. She sold her condo. She really don't have anywhere to go, but she's going to make it work. And Gary is just like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to do what I need to do. We're going to drop all of this. We're going to work it out as adults. And that's pretty much it. But we know in the trailer that they're going to be back sleeping together. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Gary did say, I love you so much, but I hate you so much. You can have, you know, we good having, you know, making out and being intimate, but you still mess me over at the same time. You know, I'm trying not to use the words that he said because I'm trying to be clean when I talk, because I'm a clean person when I'm talking. But anyway, y'all saw it. He said, you mess me over, but then you mess me up so good, you know. So, you know, they just talking, trying to come to a resolve, but it's really never resolved. They thought that it was done, but really, it's really not done. Yeah, it is what it is. Now, this is really a scene that they kind of could have really did without, because what's his name? Q is calling the police, the detective Logan. They're going back and forth over the phone, and Logan tells Q that he's free. Everything is pretty much done. He's a free man. Now he needs to get a job because he has to testify on the witness stand. Q always needs help. Can you help me get a job? Can you help me do this? Can you help me with a place to stay? And Logan is like, do I have to do everything for you? Yeah, you do. I mean, because the boy act like he don't have a sense of pulling himself up by his bootstraps and becoming a real man. He always have to depend on somebody else to do something for him. So Logan, you open up this can of worms, and now the worms are there to stay. While they're on the phone, they come to an agreement that he's going to help him. Logan got a guy that could help him out. They get out the phone. As they're getting out the phone, God, I forgot what his name is. What's his name? Dang, I guess I ain't saw this show in a while. But I don't want to call him Penny Man. What is this man's name? I'm gonna remember. But he walks in and he's like, "What are you doing here?" He was like, "What you mean I'm doing what I'm doing here? You know, I'm cooking up something to eat." And he was like, "Well, where is Maurice? Maurice ain't here." "Well, why are you here?" He said, "Well," and Q's like, "Maurice said that I can," Calvin, that's his name. Calvin is like, "Why are you here?" Q says that Maurice said that I can stay. Okay, we established that you can stay, but why are you still here after the whole incident that happened? Now Calvin feels uncomfortable because Calvin, remember Calvin was drunk, throwing up over the place, and he ended up in his drawers, and Q ended up in his bed. So now Calvin feels uncomfortable around Q and wants him to leave. But Maurice hasn't officially told. Did he tell me he had to leave? I think he did, but he's still there. But Calvin doesn't know that Maurice is in jail because he keeps getting this phone call from a correctional facility that he refuses to answer, which is crazy, because if somebody is calling you continuously from the same number, then that means it may just be somebody that you know. Calvin, answer the phone. So when he says this to Maurice, when he says this to Q, he was saying, Calvin was telling Q, "I'm getting the same phone calls that you were getting when you were in jail calling Maurice." Then Q gets a look on his face like, "Oh my God, that is Maurice in jail calling Calvin." "Yes, it is, because you put him in jail, because you lied." And then Calvin says, "The only criminal that's in my face is you." Q is like, "Man, forget all that. I'm here. We roommates. You want something to eat." Now Calvin is like, "Oh yeah, the food does look good." Okay, the food looks good. Q takes the fork, eats macaroni and cheese out the fork, then takes that same fork that he took out of his mouth and put it back in the macaroni and cheese. Matter of fact, throw the whole plate away. Throw the entire plate away. You and your nasty germs in your mouth done touched all of my food. But Calvin, he just gonna exchange the forks. Anyway, talking about, are your hands clean? This man to cook this whole meal. Does it matter? You still gonna eat the food? So does it matter if his hands is clean? He was probably in there scratching everything, stirring up the macaroni and cheese before you got there. Anyway, so they have established that Q ain't going nowhere and Calvin is going to eat the food. All right. So back at the hospital, Karen is crying and her mom comes in. I forgot all about that Karen's mom has been on this show before. So much has happened on Tyler Perry's Sisters. But her mom is a voice of reason. And her mom is very understanding. Because Karen is like, Mama, I'm really nervous to tell you what's going on. And her mom is like, just lay it on me. And I really like this conversation between the two. Because I know me as a woman, anytime when I've gotten pregnant or... yeah, mainly when I got pregnant, I always wanted to be up under my mom. I always wanted, just to be with my mama. So, yeah, and I could just kind of feel this moment because there is nothing more that a person in a vulnerable situation, such as a pregnancy, wanting to be with their mom all the time. I remember I'm rambling, but I remember being pregnant and just going to my mom's house and just getting into bed with her and just laying up under her while I'm pregnant. Anyway, it's not about me, it's about sisters. So the mom is like, yeah, I totally understand, it's okay. And then she says, she says that she was bleeding and she was discharging. The doctors don't really know what's going on with her. They're just coming in running in tests, but they're not giving her any answers. So her mom is like, you know what? Do you want this baby? She's like, yes, I do. Well, everything is going to be okay. And so her mom is saying, well, do you need to call Zach? And she said, well, you know what, Mom? I'm really not 100% that the baby is Zach's. And she says, okay. And then she says, who's the other guy, the accountant? And I don't know if she said that he wasn't an accountant or it may be an accountant. But anyway, the accountant, I always thought he was just a preacher. I didn't know he was an accountant. But she says, well, yeah, him possibly too. And so she said, okay. I mean, we'll figure it out. Is that why you're stressing? Because you don't have to stress like that. She says, Mom, but I just can't. I can't. And then her mom brought up the fact that she brought up the fact that Zach has another woman and she's treating this woman good. They have a good life and everything that she thought that she could have with Zach and all the troubles that she went through with Zach. Now Zach is this man and not giving all of that stuff to her, but he's giving it to another woman. And her mom completely understood because apparently her mom went through the same thing with her dad, with Karen's dad, and was saying, I didn't like him. I was married to him. I was glad that he left. And then when he finally left, he got with another woman and he treated her right and gave her the life that she wanted. She was upset about it, but she still didn't want him back. She still loved him, but she still don't want him back. And to this day, she cared about him. She loved him, but she don't want him. And she's glad that he moved on with her life. And then Karen says, but I'm pregnant and I still got to deal with him. And I still got to see him all the time if he's the daddy. And the mama was like, Christmas. Karen like, Christmas? She said, yeah, it's always like this. Remember what I told you on Christmas? Yeah, you get your toys. And after you open up all your toys, then you start telling me what you want for the next Christmas. Girl, enjoy the moment. Stop pushing stuff. Stop looking so far into your future, things that you can't control. Control the things that you can control at this moment. And if you can't control them, give it to God. Just let it be. Deal with your circumstances one moment at a time. Pretty much the same thing that what's her name? Not Andi, but the what's the girl that run all these names? Pretty much the same thing that Danny told her. Don't worry about it right now. Just take it one day at a time. You got 9 months to figure it out. Stop looking so far into your future. Take this moment and let this moment be its moment. All right. So they're there and they're talking and they hugged it out, and Karen is so happy. She was crying, but she's comforted by her mom, and that was a very, very beautiful moment, and I really enjoyed it. I love mother-daughter moments. All right, so back at the office, the workday is ending. Fatima and Andi, they are leaving for the day. Fatima like, do you need anything else? She was like, nah, I'm just going to walk you out. And what are you doing later? I'm going to be with my man. And Andi is just like, that's good. I'm so happy for you. Fatima's like, one day you gonna get a man. She said, no, it ain't about me getting no man. I can get a man. I just don't want no crazy man. So while they talking, Fatima crazy man come walking in, and it's Zach. And they all happy. Oh, Zach, you came to get me. Yes, I came to pick up my lady. I came to take on a little date. So they all happy, smiling, laughing. I'm about to go on a date with my man, girl. And then here go Andi. Now, I think I got some more work for you to do. I'm just playing. Go with your man. They walking out. Hayden walks in. What are you doing here? Don't I got a restraining order against you? Everybody like, okay, bye. They just ignoring Hayden. Bye, girl. Bye, girl. Why Zach tell Hayden, bye, girl? And they walking on out the door. And Andi is like, Hayden, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Anyway, tell me, do you want to be back in jail? Hayden, let it go. So, another scene that didn't really have to play out. I don't know. Anyway, so Danny is at work. She's dealing with this lady, and I don't know if that's her husband, ex-husband, baby daddy. I don't know. But she is very, very irate because the flight is delayed. Why is the flight delayed? Because of the weather. Okay, bewitch. Just constantly calling Danny out of her name. And you can tell that Danny is getting very much so frustrated. Like, girl, calm down. The husband is like, calm down. Calm down. And so she was like, this is bad service. I can't believe we're having to go through this. I should have taken another flight. Then he said, well, you can take another flight. You got silver, you got gold, you got bronze. And then the girl, she looks at Danny like, what you say to me? Where's your supervisor? You're going to get fired. I'm like, is it that easy to get somebody fired just because you mad that the weather is doing what weather does? I mean, crazy. So Danny is just like, okay, my supervisor be right down here. It ain't nothing to it. And then she's like, yeah, bewitch. I'm like, yeah, dog, girl, calm down. And the husband trying to calm her down, but for some reason, she ain't getting it. And then Danny says, have you been drinking? Yeah, I think you've been drinking because I can smell it over here. And then a girl is like, what? And because you've been drinking, you're not going to be able to get on no flight. That is policy here at the airlines. She's like, what? And now the man is like, oh, I'm sorry. My son is at camp. He broke his leg. Well, you should have told your girl that before she started acting a fool in this airport. And so Danny is like, okay, well, since you can't get your act together, since you want to be impatient, why don't you sit your butt down over there and wait? And now the husband, he's just still standing there. He's like, please just be okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. We're going to get better. She's going to calm down. Then they're like, all right, then sit over there. And then that was pretty much it. Anyway, so back at the hair mastery, Pam made it back to work. And so Pam is there working, and Aaron comes in. I've been calling Karen. I don't know where he is. I'm trying to figure out where she is. I'm calling. Pam like, she didn't answer the phone. No, she didn't answer. But you decided to come up here. Yeah, because normally she answers the phone after I call. I'm like, she probably answered the phone because she's sick of you calling. Yeah, sometimes she just answers so you can quit calling. And then you just hop your cell phone up over here. Is she here? No, she's not here. Can you tell me where she is? No, I can't tell you where she is because I don't know where she is. Are you sure? No. Can you leave? Well, if you find... He calls her again. See, she's not answering. Okay. Well, she's not there. Can you leave? So she's about to leave. He's about to leave. And then Andi comes in. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Pam. Have you seen Karen? You can't find her either? No, I've been calling and calling. Me too. I don't know where she is. Okay, look, I don't know where she is either. This is Pam. I don't know where she is either. Maybe she'll answer later. Andi is like, I know you lying. Girl, I don't know where she at. Here go, Aaron. Well, can I talk to you for a minute in her office? Sir, this is not your establishment. Can you please leave? Pam like, can you leave? It'll take a second. It'll take a moment. She like, okay, go ahead and do what you gonna do. So they are down there in the office talking. Okay, Aaron, talking to Andi. Can you tell me where she is? I don't know where she is. Well, what do you think? Do you think that, is she still in love with Zach? I don't know. I don't know. And if I did know, I wouldn't tell you what she got going on. I'm not all in that. And he's fishing for information about Karen. She's pretty much not telling him. So do you know that she don't know who the daddy is? Yeah, I know. That's my best friend. She already told me. Okay, well, okay, anyway. So then she flips it and it's like and start asking him questions. Okay, so you tell me something, I tell you something. So what's going on with Gary? Gary loves you very much. I know he loved me, but did you tell him to sue me? No, I didn't tell him to sue you. Are you telling me the truth? Only thing I'm telling you is that he loves you, and what did he say? He loves you. And have you ever talked to him about his childhood and about his mother? Yeah, I talked to him about his mother. Have y'all had deep conversations about his mother? Tyler Perry sure know how to bring up somebody past trauma for a person to have empathy or for them to make excuses about what's going on with them in present day. Because Andi, yeah, I know he had a traumatic childhood with his mother, but that doesn't give him the excuse or the reason to act the way that he's acting toward me right now. I know that doesn't give him an excuse, but I'm just saying, maybe if you talk to him more, you would get an understanding. She's like, you know what, boy? Bye. I'm about to go ahead and go. All right, so they walk out. Aaron leaves. Andi stays behind. She's like, okay, so can you please tell me what is going on with my friend? I don't know what's going on with her. I'm pretty sure if she wanted you to know, then she would tell you. So Andi again calls. Ring, 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 ring. You reached the voicemail of. She didn't answer the phone. Okay, well, that's your answer. Andi, all right, bye. Okay, bye, girl. Your suit cute. Girl, your shoes cute too. So she walks on out. So Zach picks up Fatima, and this is their date. He brings her back to the place where Fatima hits Zach with her car, because apparently Fatima is a non-driving girl that hit people with her car that are riding bikes. So Zach is trying to jog Fatima's memory. Do you know where we are? No. Do you know where we are? This is the place where you hit me. Oh, okay. Well, this is something. And I am so grateful because this is where my ride started, when you hit me. And I would just thank God. What did I do? Why am I so lucky for this girl to hit me with her car, and now she's the love of my life? Oh, that's so sweet. Stop it. But keep it going. I'm trying my best to do everything I can to make you happy. And then he tells her, she says that she was actually running late that day. And he tells her, if you had not been rushing, then I wouldn't have got hit and we would have not been in this moment. And that's something how time works, because a lot of times when we're going through life, sometimes we may be in a rush for something, or maybe something may delay us from something. And a lot of times we can actually run into our blessings just because time has delayed us to get to where we thought that we needed to be. And so I just thought that was a nice moment. Things happen for a reason, basically. And then Zach tells Fatima to close her eyes and to think of the man that she wants. And Zach said he's going to be that man even better. And she said, I don't need to close my eyes. I already got who I want. The man that I want is standing right in front of me. He tells her to stop, stop, stop. But then he says, now keep coming, keep coming. Keep feeding my ego. You know, she tells him how much she loves him, how they're going to be together, and how they just going to, you know, make it work. And so they end up kissing. He said, ooh, girl, I just want to be with you right now. I want to just take you home right now and just, you know, put it on you. She's like, hold on, wait. This the date? Yeah, this the date. Nah, man, I'm hungry. I need some food on this date. Well, I'm going to take you to get something to eat. And they start fussing about food and the date. It was nice what you did, but I got to go get something to eat. All right, so they leave, and I thought that was a nice moment. This is the moment that I've been waiting for. This moment. So Sabrina is so scared. She is totally out of her mind. And so they pretty much made up in their mind that Sabrina is guilty. They're telling her she can't get no phone call. She can't call no lawyer. And the lady is like, have you been stripped? She like, stripped? What you mean? Andi, can I call my lawyer? And she said, no. Is that your hair? She said, oh, these are faux locks. Well, you're going to have to take that out of your hair. Sabrina like, but it's a process. You know how long it's going to take me to take this out my head? Well, if you don't take that out your hair, we going to cut them out. I'm like, yeah, dog. Y'all just got this woman guilty for real. And she's just like, no, I need to call my lawyer. We don't have phone calls and lawyers coming for inmates. I'm not an inmate. I don't even know why I'm here. I'm innocent. I have not did anything wrong. Yep, that's what they all say. You're being irate. Benny and Jerry, take them away. Take them away? Where are you taking me? You need to go back there and get booked. You need to go get strip searched. And that ain't her real hair. Cut them off. I'm like, yeah, dog. Now, if we come back and they done cut this girl hair off her head, that is wrong. I'm like, y'all ruthless like that? And she is so scared. And I really wanted to see more. But unfortunately, it wasn't no more about 5 seconds. So they took her back to the back in handcuffs. She didn't get her phone call. Or she couldn't call a lawyer. And the lady was being real mean to her. And I really, really felt bad for Sabrina. I said, because Sabrina didn't even do nothing. She's not going to survive in jail. She not. So sad. So, back at the airport, Danny is trying to call Sabrina. While she's on the phone trying to call Sabrina, she's not getting any answers. Preston walks up. Preston looked like he just a lost puppy. Like he just lost all his mama, he just looks just real sad. He got bags under his eyes. He done had he took the cowboy hat off. He's so vulnerable. And he goes to Danny. And he says, Danny, I'm here. I'm back. And I just come to tell you that I was dating a girl named... Oh, it's not funny. And I don't even know why I'm laughing. Okay, I'm finna say it right. He said, I was dating a girl named Mindy. Okay. He said, I was dating a girl named Mindy back home. And Danny said, is she white? Yes, she's white. Danny, why always you want to know what color somebody is? Mindy is white. Her name is Mindy. Anyway, so he was dating Mindy back home. They went to elementary school on the playground. So they played on the playground on the merry-go-round. So they was on the merry-go-round, and they've been boyfriend and girlfriend ever since they was on the merry-go-round back at the elementary school. So while he telling this story, he is really in his feelings because Mindy was the love of his life. And he ain't never loved nobody like he loved Mindy. And Mindy ain't never loved nobody like she loved Preston. But Preston met Danny. And now Preston ain't never loved nobody like he loved Danny. Danny is the love of his life, not Mindy. But Danny don't want him. So he gonna go back. And he gonna take, why everybody going back to the same spot where they met? Now, Zach and Fatima just left the same spot. Now, this man finna go all the way back to the elementary school on the merry-go-rounds. And he gonna tell Mindy, ask Mindy to marry him. And Mindy gonna say yeah, because Mindy is still back at home waiting on Preston to come back. Preston said he needed to get away from Mindy because he wanted to know if there was somebody else out there that was going to love him the way that Mindy loved him. And Danny, it's you. I love you, Danny. And I want to be with you, Danny. And just tell me that you don't want me to marry Mindy back there at that merry-go-round. That we need to be together. Just tell me, Danny. Tell me, please, baby. Please, just tell me. That was on a different world. Remember, he said, please, baby, please. But anyway, Danny over there looking like she want to cry because she can't get it together. Because Danny don't want Preston to go back down there to Mindy down there at that merry-go-round because Danny want Preston to be here at this airport where she at. But Danny's so stubborn, she don't even know how to tell him. So hopefully, Danny will say, don't go back there to Mindy. Stay here with me. And we can build a family forever, my lady. Anyway, so that was the end of Tyler Perry's Sistas. Okay, so what y'all think? Huh? What did y'all think about this first episode? Yeah. What y'all think? I really feel like some parts they could have did without. Like that whole man-woman scene, they could have did without that. They really could have talked more about Sabrina, like I said earlier. But anyway, the episode was okay for what it was. Yeah, it was. But I'm glad they back. I like Sisters. I think I'm here. I like Sisters. I like the little storylines. And it seems like these stories are just going. And I really do want more progression. I would need more progression. I need some character development. I don't need the same up and downs. I need somebody to leave. I need somebody to stay. Whatever decision that they make, they need to stick to it and develop those people and develop those relationships, because this back and forth is getting tiring. So, I mean, I want Danny and Preston to work it out. I really do. But they may or may not. Gary and Andi, I think they need to let that go. And for once and for all, if Karen need to figure out who her baby daddy is. She really do. And stop all this whole back and forth, because we need to develop this. We need to go ahead and get this where it need to be. All right. Well, anyway, this Sheila Billy. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what y'all think about this episode of Sistas. My girls hold me down. Bye. I know I forgot a lot. Charge to my head. I'm hurt. Jesus loves you. And bye.